Hello, YouTube fans. This is the Skull Clown here to review Evolution. Um, and it's a DreamWorks movie. I saw this movie yesterday, and I didn't know it was a DreamWorks movie, and I've never even seen it before. And this is let's see, Ivy Reitman directed it. The guy that was in Ghostbusters and everything like that. Um, it stars Julianne Moore, Jones. I hope I'm saying these names right. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. David Dutch Irene. I hope I'm saying his name right. And Steen William Scott. And there we go. And we have other casts, obviously, but those are the four main casts. And to be honest, the cast is not that bad. But the story is basically a meteor falls into Earth, and there's like organisms inside of it. And this movie is actually pretty enlightening. It really is. Has goofy moments like any enlightenment movie does, but hey, it's still entertaining as hell. And it's a kids movie. For a kids movie, there's a lot of swearing in this movie and a lot of shit that gets stick into side and stuff that gets inside people's asses, literally, even the organism at the end of the movie. But after that, what is it? Hold on, I need to look at my freaking phone here because I'm looking at the cast here. So the Kane character, he wanted he was kicked out of the military for making something that killed a whole bunch of army people, and now he went to school, and he found this discovery of a meteor because this kid, what is it, Sam William Scott's character, that he discovers a meteor flying down because he's training to be a fighter fighter. And I remember when I saw that doll, I'm just like, this is a DreamWorks movie, right? This is a kids movie, right? There's stuff in this movie that's so adult that you'd be like, and then you forget that, like, oh wait, this is the people that made Shrek. I forgot they can have adult shit in here, you know? Like back then when Shrek came out, people were like, I didn't know cartoons can do this. And it's like, yeah, they could. The one that kept doing it a lot back in the day was South Park. So I don't know why people were so shocked that Shrek did stuff like that, you know? But whatever. I guess it was so shocking that it was like it still caters to kids, but it's like medium halfway for adults. I don't know. But moving on. Um so they discover a meteor. They take the piece of the meteor and they test it in their lab, and they found out that the organism keeps growing and multiplying every time, and it keeps on growing and growing, and then when it keeps on growing, it keeps evolving like Shin Godzilla. You know, and that is fucking dope. That is really cool. The organisms are rapidly evolving as like time has passed. For kind of loud, when those 3 hours have passed already, it's making a field of plant life and everything like that, which is just amazingly awesome, man. And when that happened, you could see that they're trying to get like a species of animal that they're trying to get. So once they pick it up, they kill it because the atmosphere below, they can't take the right temperature and everything like that. Then you see a lot more animals that are like that, including the fucking turkeys. The Alpha Drago are in this movie. And I like how they mentioned that the asteroid fell and everything like that. In a way, that's how the Alpha Draco actually came to Earth. There's different ways how the Alpha Draco came to Earth. One, invasion. The other, another asteroid came. Trust me, we've been hit by asteroids on our Earth for millions upon millions of years. And stuff like that has happened. It has. It's just that the government doesn't want to tell nobody. And that's why they make movies like this. I remember when I was watching this movie, I'm just like, they're showing shit that actually has happened. You know? And it's really cool. And I don't know if I should get this movie and put it in my Enlightenment timeline, because I remember when I first saw the description of the movie and saw the movie, I'm just like, I think this should be part of it. Maybe in the beginning, like it's like this, Aquaman, then Godzilla and Mothra, then the Alien series, and then you get Westworld, Jurassic Park, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'm looking at the movies right now: Lost World, Halloween 3, Fear Loathing Las Vegas, Super Mario Brothers, They Live, Tron, and Tron Legacy, Men in Black trilogy, Jupiter Ascending, Godzilla 2019, Ready Player One, and Immortal, and Metropolis and Dark Crystal. Whew, crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to get that out there so you guys can know and be like, Jesus. Yeah, so and if you saw any of those movies, those are part of Enlightenment stuff. So I might just put that movie in this timeline. But moving on, that's you guys want to tell you guys about that because I'm a big fan of spiritual enlightenment stuff and I like to be into that stuff. And when movies show that, I'm just like, yeah, I need to get this movie to show people how the world really works and how this is. So going back to the review, I'm sorry. Eventually, there's a bug, and it goes to the character's skin. What the character's name is? Harry Block. They called him Black too. It's like it's Block. The character of Henry Black is Henry Black. I even said it. Oh God, Henry Black Block. Even his character is literally like, what the fuck? What's wrong with these white people? And I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm just like, oh, poor. I feel sorry for this guy. And then there's one scene when what is it? Harry and Kane character like he touched it. Oh, he shouldn't touched it. There's some funny stuff in this movie that's just so funny. I highly recommend watching this movie. It's on Netflix. I haven't watched this movie. I watched it yesterday for the first time ever, and I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. The more I think about it, I really do. And Julie Moore's character, at first she trips, and at first I'm like, oh okay, that's funny. But then she does it in the whole movie, and I'm just like, oh, that's her character. and the thing is, she has more character development than just that. Some people will be like, oh, that's who you are. That's the thing. Back in the 90s and half of 2000s, we got stupid, ridiculous movies, but yet we got good character development, but at the same time, development too. It was like good, but bad at the same time, but at the same time, you still didn't mind enjoying it. Nowadays, you don't get that. Now it's just shit. Not all the time, but mostly sometimes. And you're like, where is the other movies that I want to like laugh at and enjoy? Oh, that's right. They don't get shown. And we always complain about that. Then people always say that, oh no, they do get shown. It's just not promoted all that much. Then promote it. Oh, they don't have that much. They don't have much money. And it's like, and then everyone always complains that why is there always the same movies everywhere? And I'm like, But that's another story for another day, right? But if I keep talking about it, people will be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Or be like, do you see what I see? If not, then something's wrong with you. I'm sorry. But clearly you can see this shit's happening. Of like how shit is right now, but it doesn't matter. What matters is this movie. This movie, how things evolve, they start noticing that the thing it starts evolving by fire. So the more fire you throw at it, the more it evolves. And you get this awesome scene before they find that out. An awesome scene where Alpha Draco, yeah, I'm gonna call them that because that's what they are. They're fucking flying turkeys, flying dragons, velociraptors. They're Alpha Dracolians. So when Alpha Dracolian, there's a field of Alpha Dracolians dead everywhere for kind of allow the character of William Scott. He literally is like, dude, look at this, and the two main characters of Kane and Harry are like, oh my god, and you see a field of them, and I'm like, holy shit, and then one gets up and starts spitting out like a gut, but in a way an egg, and then that becomes another dragon. But it can actually breathe the atmosphere, and it flies through through the planet, obviously not through the planet, but it flies around, obviously. And I forgot what location they're on. I don't even know. Maybe it says so in here. Let's see. And no, doesn't really say where it is. It says South Korea. So okay. Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's something else. I'm sorry. But anyways, I don't know what their location is at. But moving on, the Alpha Draco goes into a mall, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And it's funny too because the two main characters go into the mall and they'll be like, "This is where he's at," and it's like, if I were a giant bird, where would it be at? And then it's like the clothing store, and it's like, no, not you, and it's like, no, seriously, the clothing store. He's flying around and everything like that because I think they were talking about like tits and shit. Like I can't remember that part, but it was just there's so many funny shit in this movie that you miss certain things that are just like I need to rewatch this movie. I do need to rewatch this movie again. It's really entertaining, really is. And I'm glad I watched it. My friend wanted me to watch it. I really enjoyed it. And they get shotguns. They look badasses as all hell. To be honest, when they shot that dragon, when they saw the Alpha Draco in the mall, that should have been the end of the movie, in my opinion. That would have been. I would have mind. To be honest, I was ready for the film to end. I'm like, you had this big climax. You had this. You just defeated the dragon. That's it. It's over. Game over, man. Game over. It's over. Great movie, you know. And then it keeps going. But I don't complain about it because I'm just like, oh, I see what's happening here. You know, when the thing spreads with fire, it starts splitting apart like the microorganisms were. And that caught me thinking of like, holy shit, like they could be giants. They literally said that these could be giants if they wanted to, if the planet was bigger. But the thing is, when it evolves, it eventually takes adaptation of the planet. So eventually there will be giant organisms like that. It won't be a giant organism. It will be probably a giant big ape like we saw. Blue ape! Yo, that ape was scary as all hell when I saw it. I'm like, oh god. But it caught my gills going with enlightenment stuff too. I'm like, this is probably what we look like back then, or this is probably what Bigfoot is. And then because there is a thing with Bigfoot saying that Bigfoot was part of the GG War, the Galactic Galaxy War, and they went to Earth, and the reason they went to Earth is to think about what happened during that war because they regret it. They regret killing millions upon millions of people, mainly because they joined the Alpha Dracolians and they destroyed civilizations out of nowhere, and they're like they regret it. So that's why they're here on this planet to be like, I'm going to think of what I done. I'm staying far away from humans and thinking what I done. So there you go. More of enlightenment stuff if you want to know. Hey, this movie is about evolution, okay? I might have to talk about enlightenment stuff here. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is my enlightenment video or anything in my other channel, but still, this is called evolution. I think I should speak a little bit of truth here too, you know? At least a little bit of enlightenment stuff that I've searched also. But hey, it goes part with this movie too, you know? And it's such, and the general is such a dick in this movie. I hated him. I never hated a person so much in such a long time, and I love it. I fucking love it. Great actor. Great actor. If you could make me hate you, you did a good job. You did a good job of acting. So at the end, they try to stop the organism with Head and Shoulders. I know there's a brief pause of silence there, but I'm just like thinking in my head like, okay. And then they get the ladder upside the organism's ass, and it's spraying shit all over the guys, the main characters, and they're like, and I'm just laughing my ass off, like, what the fuck? This automatically became a James Ralph video. Oh my god. I was just laughing my ass off. Some people don't like that type of humor. That is fine. I grew up with that humor because, I grew up with Red and Snippy and Beavis and Butthead, you know? So I grew up with that type of humor, you know? And it's just, oh my god, it's funny as fuck. Because the, Haley, he had a beetle and a bug stuck in his body and went up his ass. And he stuck a fucking thing up his ass and he's like, and I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm like, I feel sorry for this guy so much. But you know, in a way, I feel like there's some type of symbolism in there, too, of what the government's trying to pull here. But at the same time, I can't think about it because I'm laughing my ass off of this guy's expressions and how he's going through this pain. I'm just like, oh, God. Oh, and then he's doing to the organism, and he's like, yeah, payback's a bitch. And I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm just like, damn, man. Holy crap. The guy that plays Harry, he cannot catch a break in this movie, but he is a badass. He is. He's a fucking badass. Especially with Ken, when they have both of that shotguns. Hell yeah. That shit was fucking awesome. When they're walking in through the fucking door, and it's like, hey, you guys missed me, right? You guys missed us? You guys needed us? I was just like, yo. Yo, the acting in this movie, spot on. Really, spot on. I enjoyed it. I really did. So you eventually at the end of the movie, there's like a reference in a way. I don't know if this came out before The Fifth Element or after The Fifth Element. I don't know, but at the end of the movie, what is it? The director that made the movie, Ivan Reitman, he's the mayor of the movie, which he does a good job. I like him as the mayor of the movie. You could tell that as a mayor, you suspect a mayor to be like, hey, take these guys out. I don't want them in my city. I don't want them in my town. Get these guys out of here. You know, he does a pretty good job as the mayor. And when he's trying to congratulate the Kane and I'm sorry, every time I think about her name, I want to say Drew Barrymore, but that's a lie. um, Generally Moore. I hope I'm saying her name right. Again, I'm terrible with these actors' names, but both of them have like a sex scene. They don't show it because it's still a kids movie, but it's like they're talking, and the government, the mayor is talking. He's like, where are they? And then Honey is like, oh, he's giving him the old Kane madness, you know, and he's like, oh, and then you see Kane inside the fire truck going like this, closing the door and shit. And I'm just like, yep, there you go. Because the main character of Reed, there we go, Reed. She at first she is a likable character, then she becomes like a little bit of dickish in a way, but she sees the main character is in a bright light. She's like, yeah, you know what? These guys are in on a wrong situation, a wrong time. I do have to tell them what to do, but they're not bad people, not like the people that I hang out with, you know, like the general. And at first she becomes nice and everything like that, and I like that. The only problem is that they kept doing this tripping part, her tripping a lot, and I'm just like, at two parts it's funny. Third time I'm just like, movie, stop it, you're making fun of yourself. And then by the end when she keeps doing it, I'm just like, I'm laughing with it because I'm just like, how much can you do this and get away with it? What the fuck? But moving on. That's the movie. That literally is. That's Evolution. I enjoy the heck out of this movie. I give it a 7 out of 10. Let's see what they gave it online. I give it a 7 out of 10. Really, I really did enjoy it. IMDb gave it a 6.1 out of 10. All right. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 43 out of 10. Why? Not much of Ghostbusters 2016? Sorry. Anytime I get a chance I do it. And Metacritic is 40%. So mixed reviews. Mix. Damn. It got $98.4 million in the box office. In my opinion, that's not bad. How much did it have to be made? You know? But moving on. I recommend getting this movie, Evolution. Highly recommend it. It's really enlightening in some parts. So funny too. Ivy Reitman does a good job. Everyone in the casting does a great job. There's some flaws, yes, but to be honest, the positives outweigh more than the flaws, and I enjoy the hell out of this movie. It's really engaging. Really makes you really think more and more about how evolution really is, and especially when Hollywood makes these movies and the government makes sure that Hollywood makes these movies and do it in a certain way. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Evolution? Would you believe that this was a DreamWorks movie? I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, DreamWorks? I don't know. But when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, this is the people that made Shrek. Why wouldn't I be shocked? But yeah, I'm still. So thank you guys for watching, and tell me what you guys think about this movie, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Oh, I can't wait for 2020, man.